Hello, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to the afternoon session. We'll just recap on what we've done so far today and look ahead to the rest of today. When we met this morning, we knew from the economic calendar that there were no reports of high importance due out today. So there were no reports of high importance due out today, so we could proceed straight to the markets and trade. And when we looked at the market this morning, we noticed the market was trending sideways, and we demarcated the sideways trend using the white lines there. And we noticed that the pivot point, the yellow line there, and the first support, the green line there, were within the sideways trend. So we couldn't use the pivot point or the first support using the pivot point strategy to trade. But we also noticed that the market had formed the market support. I will just quickly readjust that. So the market had formed the market support there. So when we noticed that, we decided we would then trade or place a pending sell order just below the market support, and the market breaks the market support, we'll sell. So we had a pending sell order just below the market support, and as we can see, the market then fell, broke the market support, fell a bit, and then went straight back up and took us out of the trade with a loss of 20 points or 20 pips. So we lost 20 pips on that trade, and as we can see now, the market is beginning to trend sideways again. But we're now going to demarcate the new trend of the market. I'll just delete all this. We're now going to demarcate the new trend of the market, because this is very important that you know how to follow the trend of the market and know when one trend starts and when one ends. So we know that previous sideways trend had ended because the market support was broken and formed a new low. And as you can see, it's gone up from the high, then a low, so that's one high there, and then a low point. Then it formed a new high there, so that's a higher high, and a new low, a higher low. So at this point, it is trending up. It is formed a higher high and a higher low, and then it's gone up there. It's formed another high, which is higher than the previous high, so that's a new high, and then it's formed a low there, which is still higher than the previous low. But you can see at this point, it's gone up and formed a high, which is not higher than the previous high. So we notice at this point, the upward trend had stopped. And then you can see it's formed a low here, which is lower than the previous low. And then it's gone up from the high and another low, but that low is not lower than this previous low. So you can see it's not forming higher highs, neither is it forming lower lows. So we can now say that the new sideways trend has started, and that's the high point of the sideways trend now, and that's the low point of the sideways trend now. So again, I'll just put my white lines there. So the high of that candlestick there is 3601. So the high there is 1.3601. And that's the high of sideways trend. Again, I'll just make that white. And then the low is at that point there, that candlestick, and the low there is 1.3586. .3586, and that's the low of sideways trend. Oops, got it wrong there. Sorry, so what's the low there? It's 1.3586. Oh, sorry, that's the close. Sorry, the low there is 1.3585. Sorry, 1.3585. 1.3585. Okay, so that's the low and that's the high of the sideways trend. So we now know that this is now the current sideways trend of the market, and we don't want to trade within these two white lines or within this sideways trend. Just make it a bit smaller now so you can see. Okay, brilliant. And we can see the pivot point is still within that sideways trend, but you can now see now that the first support and the first resistance are now outside the sideways trend. But obviously, given the nature of the market today, just looking at the overall picture of the market, I'm not going to place any more trades today. It's just best to watch and see, because obviously it's fallen earlier and it's gone back up, so I'll be reluctant to sell below the first support. And judging by the distance where the first resistance is and how sluggish the market is looking, again, there's chances I could get there and just go sideways. So what I'll do is just wait and watch. But at least we now know where the sideways trend now, the beginning of the sideways trend is here. That's the high and that's the low. And we'll just keep those white lines there. And if the market continues to trend sideways between those two lines, then at least we'll know it quickly where the sideways trend of the market is. Okay. Any questions? If you have any questions, do click the hand button or send your questions through the question box. So just a quick recap. We've had one live trade today, which resulted in a 20 pips loss. We've now marked out where the current sideways trend is in the market. We're going to keep out of the market for now and not place any more trades and just watch and wait. Okay, good. So if there are no questions, I wish you all a good afternoon. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll speak later this evening at 8 p.m. And again, if there are any changes between now and 8 p.m., I'll send you all out an email. So take care. God bless.